It is Thanksgiving week, and there's a ton to be thankful for in the markets, such as potential new all-time highs for the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, Russell 2000 stocks. We'll see if we get that between now and the end of this week, the end of this year. Either one is very likely. Bitcoin popping up over $100,000, I think also very likely to see this week, maybe even today. So we're going to be watching for that. Tesla is taking another run at breaking a very important 61.8 Fibonacci extension level as well. We're going to take a look and see that. And then I also want to share with you a penny stock that I put out over at the Discord, available through the Patreon. That link is down in the description if you guys want to check that out. I have some more stocks coming that way. I think there's even another penny stock or two that I'm going to put in the technicals for. You'll see them there before they hit YouTube. And then also, guys, you can do this technical analysis in this video that you see yourself. You use the link down in the description for Stockmo Academy. You'll even learn about the bread recipe trading strategy, which is top notch. And you can get it cheaper using the code word Dr. DOCTOR. We'll talk more about that later. In the meantime, let's put up what everyone's been waiting for, which is the charts themselves. So let me pop this up here. And that's a very terrible view of the SPY ETF tracking the S&P 500. So let me move this down for you so you can see where we're at. So we popped off Monday, November the 11th was the time that we hit the all-time high for the ETF at $600.17. We have to break up above. There's actually a Fibonacci extension level right at exactly $600 even that we need to get on top of. We're at $598 so far in the pre-market hours, and I think we can pop that. It looks like we might have a hesitation around 603 or 604, but guys, I think that we have green lights up to 610 coming for us. It could happen easily this week. We could watch that happen. We might get a big old candle if this positivity continues, and we even see some buying pressure leading up to this point. So, and we even came off the 20-day moving average, which is this blue line that you see down here, a very bullish thing. You can see that's taking place 1, 2, 3 days in a row, and I think that we could potentially, if we can pop 600, if we can hold 600, 610 is definitely in our sights. Moving over to QQQ, tracking the NASDAQ 100. Where are we at? Well, where did we pop off? On now on Monday the 11th again, and we found a resistance right at about the 515 level, but I think that 520 is in our sights. If we can make it through this resistance, there's some huge resistances up here, by the way. 510 is a big one. 514 is another big one. The low 515s, 515.35 is actually that line at the top of this resistance band that you see, but 520 is waiting for us if we can get that momentum going and if we can push through to the top of this thing. And honestly, I don't know that there's a lot of things standing in our way of that happening. So we're going to have to watch for that. And by the way, TMF, I don't have time for it in this video, but I will say that it's actually also looking pretty shiny in the pre-market hours. So we may have found a temporary bottom there. So moving over to IWM. IWM in the pre-market hours almost taking on that high that we saw on Monday the 11th, which is not the all-time high, by the way. The all-time high is back here at 244.46. So we are, from the pre-market hours, about a percent and a half away from that all-time high. So we'll have to see if we can overtake that. And I think that this is that week that we do, and we start putting out those numbers that push us up towards 250. So let's move on from there to Nvidia, just because I like to give updates on Nvidia. And there we go. As a long-term investor, it's always exciting. I will say for Nvidia for the moment. There we go. Adjust that for you. This is the daily chart that we're looking at. It's kind of subdued market reaction right now. We're down below the 20-day. We could honestly see a rally up above that. We could also see some downward pressure because, like I said, if you watch my earlier videos and the numbers that I put out for Nvidia, if not, go back and just search Dr. Stock, NVDA stock. You should be able to find me there. And check out the things that I've said recently about Nvidia. And right now, that growth is the big thing that we're looking at for Nvidia. That big old growth question mark could cause some price softness in the near term. I said that last week, and we see a little bit of it. We'll see if today we push back up above that 20. If we do push back up above this 20, this blue line that you see coming up through here, which, matter of fact, I'll take these away for you. This blue line, if we're able to push up above that, that's a very bullish thing. Maybe that pushes us back up above 150. Finally, that we would actually like to spend some time up above there. Closing up above that value would be good. If we don't take that 20-day out, instead that could push us down to about 134. So just be on the lookout for that. For Nvidia, Bitcoin, man, is chomping at the bit to hit 100,000. We got within $200 of it on Friday. And then today you can see some very indecisive candles taking place as the battle's being fought between the bulls and the bears to see which way it goes exactly. So we're going to have to watch and see. But I do think that we're going to see that 100,000. Then we're easily up above that, going to see the 106 to 107. We're going to have to watch for that. And I do have those prices marked on here for you, at least the 107,822. The one just below that is 106,489. So if you want it said there, it's said for you. And just so you guys know, these technicals that you see, they do hit my Patreon, the Discord first, available through the Patreon. That link's down in the description. And you can do these technicals yourself on any stocks that you're looking at, including crypto. And you can even get access to the Red Recipe trading strategy using Stockmo Academy. That link is down in the description. All you got to do is sign up for Stockmo Academy. Use the code word doctor for massive discount on that one. It is so quick and easy to put everything together for those technicals and the Red Recipe trading strategy. And there are tons of testimonials. People absolutely love the strategy because whether the stock, security, whatever it is, crypto, moving up, down, you name it, this strategy, the Red Recipe, gives you indications of when that potential big move up or down is going to happen. You can trade it accordingly. I myself like options, and the Red Recipe is absolutely compatible with those options, or even swing trading all across any time interval that you look at. It really is top notch. Use the code word doctor when you sign up for Stockmo Academy. It's going to give you a massive discount. Tesla. I said about Tesla breaking above an important Fibonacci extension level. And that one is, we actually got rejected on it the last time. 356.46 is that number that we're looking at for Tesla. There I have it. And let's bump that up a little bit to the exact value. There we go, 356.46. And in the pre-market hours, we're at 360. So if we get on top of that, we got green lights up to 378, and up above 378 we start to really dabble with those 400 numbers. So $400 Tesla, yes, please. As a long-term investor, that'd be absolutely incredible. All right, guys, penny stock time. So this one I talked about going back to Monday the 18th over at the Discord. I said about BBAI, so Big Bear AI. Talking about this one, said, hey, this thing's looking like it's about to pop off using the Red Recipe trading strategy, by the way. And where have we gone since that time? Well, if I put my cursor here and just assume that we caught the closing price to the closing price on Friday, that's 39.20%. Even more so, it is up another 11% today in the pre-market hours. Now, we are flirting with resistance right now for BBAI. That resistance that we're flirting with in pre-market hours, 265 is this line right up here. You can see the area of resistance that starts at 255, goes up to 265. If we can get on top of that, we have green lights to $3 if we can close above it. So the wind isn't necessarily out of the sails on this one yet. We still had the volume really pumping on this one. We are getting into the overbought territory. So it does start to put it kind of late into that trade. But if you guys want to get into this earlier, like I said, you can do so. Use the link down in the description for the Patreon. Click that, sign up, and head on over to the Discord. See my buys and sells. See my technicals before they hit YouTube. I got a lot more technicals that I'm going to be putting out today. I think including 1 or 2 penny stocks on top of it. As we start to get into this stretch here between now and the end of 2025, we have 1 month until Christmas from today, my friends. And it sounds like it could be time to do some shopping in the markets this week. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Check out the links in the description for the Patreon and Stockmo Academy. And I think you're really going to enjoy the value that you find there. And as always, guys, I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. I'll see you next video.